In the depths of the infernal realm, a demon named Azazel stirred from eons of slumber. The air crackled with malevolent energy as Azazel's colossal form, adorned with twisted horns and leathery wings, unfurled within the obsidian caverns. The abyssal awakening marked the beginning of a sinister tale that would unfold across realms. As Azazel emerged from the abyss, he surveyed his infernal dominion, a realm of perpetual darkness where the cries of tormented souls echoed through the cavernous expanse. The demonic legions bowed before their ancient master, recognizing the malevolent force that had reawakened to claim its dominion over the abyss. Azazel, thirsting for power beyond the infernal realm, forged a malevolent pact with mortal cultists seeking dark mastery. The cultists, driven by insatiable ambition and lust for forbidden knowledge, willingly offered their souls in exchange for the demonic gifts bestowed by Azazel. The pact, sealed in blood, marked the beginning of a sinister collaboration that would reverberate across the boundaries of the infernal and the earthly. Empowered by the malevolent pact, Azazel unleashed a demonic incursion upon the mortal realm. From the shadows, the demon manipulated events, sowing chaos and despair. Unearthly whispers echoed through the minds of the cultists, guiding them to perform dark rituals that opened rifts between the infernal and the earthly, a gateway for Azazel and his demonic legions to spill into the world. As the demonic incursion intensified, the veil between realms grew increasingly tainted. Unholy energies bowled into the mortal world, corrupting the very fabric of reality. Nightmares plagued the dreams of the innocent, and malevolent entities prowled the shadows, leaving a trail of despair in their wake. Azazel reveled in the chaos, his influence spreading like a malignant stain across the mortal realm. Amidst the chaos, a reluctant medium named Sarah found herself ensnared in the demonic machinations. Haunted by spectral visions and tormented by ethereal whispers, she became an unwitting conduit for Azazel's influence. As her sanity unraveled, Sarah's connection to the infernal grew, and she found herself teetering on the brink between the mortal and demonic realms. Azazel's whispers insinuated themselves into Sarah's thoughts, promising forbidden knowledge and power. As the demonic influence tightened its grip, Sarah struggled to discern reality from the malevolent illusions that plagued her mind. The veil between the infernal and the earthly thinned, and Azazel reveled in the psychological torment that enveloped his reluctant medium. In a moment of profound despair, Sarah unwittingly became a vessel for Azazel's manifestation. The demon, his colossal form shrouded in shadows, materialized within the mortal realm. The earth quaked beneath his infernal presence as he strode through the twisted streets, leaving a trail of demonic energy in his wake. The city itself seemed to writhe in agony as Azazel's malevolence spread like a contagion. Azazel, reveling in the chaos, sought to cultivate fear and despair. His demonic legions, unleashed upon the mortal realm, sowed seeds of malevolence among the populace. The cultists, intoxicated by their newfound demonic gifts, became agents of Azazel's insidious agenda, manipulating the fabric of reality itself to further the demon's infernal objectives. As the infernal dominion encroached upon the earthly realm, Azazel's influence reached its zenith. The skies darkened with the malevolent energies, and the very air pulsed with demonic power. The reluctant medium, Sarah, now a pawn in Azazel's grand design, stood at the center of the unfolding cataclysm, a harbinger of the demonic ascendance that threatened to plunge the world into eternal darkness. The demonic ascendance plunged the world into a nightmarish abyss. Cities crumbled under the weight of infernal energies, and the once lush landscapes became twisted wastelands. Sarah, caught in the midst of the chaos, struggled against the relentless tide of demonic influence that threatened to consume her sanity. Azazel reveled in the descent into madness, his malevolent laughter echoing through the fractured reality. As the world crumbled, Azazel erected a demonic citadel at the heart of the once thriving city, Towers of obsidian and spires of malevolent energy pierced the sky, casting an ominous shadow over the desolate landscape. From his infernal throne, Azazel surveyed the apocalyptic tableau, his demonic legions enforcing his dominion with merciless brutality. Amidst the ruins, pockets of resistance formed. A disparate group of survivors, immune to the demonic corruption, rallied against Azazel's reign. They forged alliances with ancient mystical orders, seeking forgotten relics and forbidden knowledge to counter the infernal forces. Sarah, torn between her humanity and the demonic influence within, became a reluctant key to unlocking the secrets needed for the rebellion's success. As the rebellion uncovered hidden truths, they learned of Azazel's true objective: to breach the cosmic barriers and merge the infernal and earthly realms into a nightmarish amalgamation. The demonic citadel, a conduit of unimaginable power, became the focal point of Azazel's dark ambitions. The survivors, burdened by the weight of their world's impending doom, raced against time to unravel the demon's schemes. Sarah's connection to Azazel deepened as the rebellion delved into ancient tomes and mystical artifacts. Through her, they glimpsed the demonic nexus, a metaphysical point where the infernal and earthly realms intersected. The survivors realized that to thwart Azazel's plan, they needed to confront the demon within the very heart of his demonic citadel, risking their lives in a desperate bid to save what remained of their world. The survivors, armed with arcane relics and empowered by their unyielding resolve, infiltrated the demonic citadel. The air crackled with tension as they navigated treacherous corridors and faced demonic sentinels. Azazel, aware of their intrusion, toyed with their minds, unleashing hallucinations that sought to break their spirits. Yet the survivors pressed on, guided by the glimmer of hope that their rebellion could shatter the infernal grip. As the survivors reached the heart of the demonic citadel, they confronted Azazel in a climactic battle. The infernal energies surge, reality itself warping and contorting as the demonic and earthly realms collided. The air echoed with the clash of ancient powers, and the fate of both worlds hung in the balance. In a blaze of infernal fury, Azazel unleashed his full demonic might. The survivors fought valiantly, wielding the arcane relics to counter the demon's onslaught. Sarah, caught in the crossfire between her humanity and the demonic influence, grappled with internal torment as her connection to Azazel intensified. As the battle reached its zenith, the survivors uncovered a dark truth. The only way to sever Azazel's influence was a sacrificial act of profound magnitude. Sarah, torn between her human essence and the demonic force within, made the ultimate choice. In an act of selflessness, she embraced the infernal energies, becoming a conduit that redirected the demonic power back into Azazel himself. In a cataclysmic implosion of infernal energies, the demonic citadel crumbled into the abyss. Azazel, once a malevolent force seeking dominion, was swallowed by the very energies he had sought to unleash. The survivors, battered and scarred, emerged from the ruins to witness the demonic abyss closing, leaving behind a scared but healing world. In the aftermath of the demonic cataclysm, the survivors emerged into a world forever changed. Echoes of desolation reverberated through the scared landscapes, where twisted remnants of once thriving cities stood as silent witnesses to the infernal chaos. The survivors, burdened by the weight of loss and transformation, began the arduous task of rebuilding their shattered world. Yet, even as the survivors toiled to restore a semblance of normalcy, haunting whispers persisted in the air. The demonic influence, though vanquished, left an indelible mark on the very fabric of reality. Faint echoes of malevolent laughter and spectral murmurs haunted the survivors, a constant reminder that the infernal forces had once claimed dominion over their world. Unbeknownst to the survivors, a demonic legacy lingered in the shadows. Arcane symbols, etched into the ruins of the demonic citadel, pulsed with residual infernal energy. The survivors, driven by a resolute determination, sought to unravel the demonic legacy and safeguard their world from any lingering threats that might arise from the ashes of Azazel's defeat. The survivors, now adept in mystical arts acquired during their rebellion, conducted occult investigations to uncover the secrets of the demonic legacy. Ancient manuscripts and forbidden texts became their guides as they delved into the mysteries of infernal realms. The survivors, bound by a shared destiny forged in the crucible of demonic turmoil, embraced their roles as guardians against the shadows that sought to encroach upon their world. As the survivors unearthed the secrets of the demonic legacy, they discovered ominous signs of a potential resurgence. Arcane sigils began to manifest, and ethereal anomalies hinted at the possibility of infernal forces stirring once more. The survivors, recognizing the gravity of the situation, forged a renewed pact to confront any demonic resurgence with unwavering resolve. Guided by their newfound knowledge, the survivors embarked on an occult ritual to fortify the barriers between realms. Arcane circles glowed with protective energies as the survivors channeled mystical incantations to create a ward against any infernal incursion. The ritual, a testament to their collective strength, stood as a bulwark against the looming threat of demonic resurgence. As the survivors completed the occult ritual, an ethereal vigil descended upon their world. Luminous guardians, celestial beings drawn by the survivors' resilience, stood watch over the fortified barriers. The survivors, now entrusted with the mantle of guardianship, embraced their roles as stewards of the delicate balance between the infernal and the earthly. Yet, unbeknownst to the survivors, demonic watchers lingered in the shadows. These malevolent entities, drawn to the remnants of Azazel's influence, sought to exploit any vulnerability in the barriers erected by the survivors. The demonic watchers, cunning and patient, awaited an opportune moment to test the resilience of the wards and breach the ethereal defenses. As the demonic watchers plotted their insidious designs, celestial beings intervened. Luminous guardians, drawn by the survivors' plea for celestial guidance, confronted the demonic watchers in a celestial clash that resonated through the astral realms. The survivors, caught in the crossfire between infernal and celestial forces, witnessed a cosmic struggle that would determine the fate of their world. In a radiant spectacle of ethereal energies, the celestial beings triumphed over the demonic watchers. The malevolent entities, banished into the abyss, recoiled from the celestial might that shielded the survivors' world. The ethereal vigil, strengthened by the survivors' resilience and the celestial intervention, stood as an unyielding bulwark against the lingering shadows that sought to encroach upon their reality. In the wake of the celestial triumph, a fragile truce settled upon the survivors' world. The ethereal vigil, bolstered by the survivors' resilience and celestial intervention, maintained a delicate balance between the infernal and the earthly. The scars of the demonic cataclysm still marred the landscape, but a tentative sense of peace pervaded the once tormented realms. Yet, ominous omens began to manifest. Unearthly whispers drifted through the air, and unsettling dreams haunted the survivors' nights. The celestial guardians, though resolute, sensed a disturbance in the astral currents, an indication that the demonic forces, though banished, sought to exploit the vulnerabilities within the survivors' reality. Ethereal anomalies punctuated the survivors' daily lives. Unexplained phenomena, from flickering lights to spectral apparitions, hinted at the lingering influence of infernal energies. The survivors, attuned to the subtleties of the ethereal realm, recognized that the demonic forces were testing the fortified barriers, seeking weaknesses to exploit. As the survivors investigated the ominous omens and ethereal anomalies, they stumbled upon traces of an astral convergence, a cosmic alignment that bridged the infernal and celestial realms. The survivors realized that the delicate truce rested upon the cosmic balance, and any disruption could unravel the ethereal defenses, plunging their world once more into the clutches of infernal chaos. In a desperate bid to fortify the ethereal defenses, the survivors convened with the celestial beings. The Celestial Council, luminous and wise, imparted ancient knowledge that could strengthen the barriers and protect against the impending astral convergence. The survivors, bound by their shared destiny, embraced the celestial guidance and prepared for a cosmic ordeal that would test the limits of their resilience. The survivors, armed with celestial knowledge, embarked on astral trials. Arcane rituals and mystical incantations became their tools as they navigated the celestial realms, confronting celestial entities and ethereal challenges that tested their mettle. The astral trials, a crucible of cosmic forces, honed the survivors' abilities and prepared them for the impending convergence that threatened to unravel the fragile truce. As the survivors emerged from the astral trials, the ethereal battleground awaited. Celestial guardians, their luminous forms radiant with celestial energy, stood alongside the survivors. The ominous omens escalated, and ethereal anomalies intensified, signaling the approaching convergence that would determine the fate of their reality. In the throes of the astral convergence, the survivors faced a celestial confrontation. Infernal forces, drawn by the cosmic disturbance, sought to breach the barriers and exploit the vulnerabilities within the survivors' reality. The celestial beings, resolute in their defense of the delicate truce, clashed with demonic entities in a cosmic struggle that resonated through the astral realms. Amidst the celestial confrontation, the survivors demonstrated unwavering resilience. Empowered by the celestial knowledge and fortified by their astral trials, they became conduits of luminous energy that repelled the infernal forces. The celestial beings, their radiant forms interweaving with the survivors' ethereal prowess, held the line against the encroaching darkness. In a crescendo of cosmic energies, the survivors and celestial beings triumphed over the infernal forces. The astral convergence, though tumultuous, heralded a restoration of ethereal harmony. The celestial guardians, their luminous presence undiminished, stood alongside the survivors as sentinels of the delicate truce that bridged the infernal and celestial realms.